Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to share with you an interesting case. Whenever we are coming up with new technology, I think there are always believers and haters. This is just another NC balloon. This is a 57-year-old man, calcium score over 2,000, engineer. We fixed the RC in the usual manner with NC balloon and DES. We thought we could do it in the same manner for the lap circumflex. As you could see, this is the pullback of IVUS, showing different morphologies of calcium. We have eccentric, concentric calcification, and probably an eruptive calcified nodule with a sharp edge right at the mid-lap circumflex. It's a concentric napkin ring appearance when we inflate the balloon. So we went on with the NC balloon, but we ruptured 2 times at only 10 hemispheres. So it's not just the napkin ring that ruptured the balloon. There are many mechanisms of balloon rupture. We can have sharp edges. We can have a poorly prepared balloon. But in this case, it's only 10 hemispheres. I think this the sharp calcified nodule that punctured the balloon. And we thought about alternative, all right? We did have used this shockwave before, and we did have complication with ruptured shockwave balloon during the delivery of energy. As you would know, the barrel trauma is not just a 6 to 8 hemisphere you inflate the balloon, but it's equivalent to 50 hemispheres. So the hydraulic force can cause a spiral dissection, especially we have pre-dilated the mid and distal segment with NC balloon. Atherectomy, we all know the limitations. We might have to upsize the rotor-bladed burr. We have to bias the guide wire. We have to exchange guide wire. So what else can we choose? So we tried the LithiX, all right? It works well, nicely, and we inflate the balloon gently, 1:1 balloon all-artery ratio up to 8 hemispheres, no rupture, and very good yielding of the napkin ring. And we suppose the first contact point of the calcium spike is probably the hemisphere. And we obtain reasonable cracking of the calcium at different levels on intravascular ultrasound. It's pretty much a controlled dissection. And we went on further with aggressive dilatation up to 12 hemispheres, which makes the balloon over a quarter size. And this is the final angiogram, final IVUS with a pretty good stent expansion with the bioadapter in the mid and the long DES in the distal lap circumflex with an optimal stent expansion. Rototripsy is a very attractive option when you have an ultra calcified lesion with uncrossable stenosis. All right, this is the very nasty calcified lesion in an 80-year-old presented with NSTEMI, and you could appreciate that there is a dense calcification everywhere and the deep calcification. Of course, the microcatheter couldn't cross, no balloon could cross, and we perform a rotor-blader up front with bare wire of the rotor wire. And the stent boost is very useful when we use the LithiX, and we could identify the lesion, whether the balloon is well expanded. We use the same balloon in the distal and the proximal, and we inflate it into higher pressure in the proximal segment, make it quarter size. This is the final angiogram. This is IVUS guided angioplasty, and we blow up the proximal lesion up to 3.5. So the take-home message is the LithiX provides an excellent, user-friendly, and safe option for calcium modification. We have a lot of things in our toolbox nowadays, especially for crossable but undilatable lesions and lesions with sharp calcium spikes, in particular when we rupture several balloons. And it has a good crossing and recrossing profile compared with cutting balloon and shockwave balloon, and multiple inflations and repositioning create new points of contact for hemisphere, generating calcium fractures with various morphology, in particular nodular calcification, which may require 8 to 10 or even more inflations. Thank you very much for your attention.